Hello everyone, welcome to ThinkComputer YouTube channel. In this video, I will be explaining ternary operator in Python. So ternary operator, also known as conditional operator, is basically a short way of writing if-else in one line, okay? In my previous video, I have already explained if-else programming. So if you want to learn if-else programming, you can watch that video. And if you have already watched that video, then you can see this video now, which is about ternary operators. So the ternary operators syntax is quite different in Python when compared to C++ and Java. If you are a C++ or a Java programmer, then you have a different format in your head, right? So this is very different. Here in Python programming, the condition of the ternary operator is written in between if and else keywords, okay? If and else are keywords, you know. So in between if and else we write the condition, and before if we write the true part, and after else we write the false part. So the condition is written in between. Okay. So see the first example. Here we are taking input the age of any person and we are concluding if the person is an adult or a minor. So age we are taking input here using the input function and we are converting it to int type. So here we are writing adult if age greater than equal to 18 else minor. So age greater than equal to 18 is basically the condition. And if the condition is true, then the statement or that value which is written before the if part, that will be assigned to the variable result. So here the variable result will get the value adult, and if the age is not greater than 18, it's less than 18, so it will assign the value minor to the variable result. So either adult or minor, this is the true part and this is the false part. Okay, if this condition is true, then this part will be assigned, this value will be assigned to the result, otherwise this value will be assigned, then you can print it. In the second example, we are taking input two numbers and we are finding the max, means the greater number. So we have written here A if A greater than B else B. So again, if else, there are two keywords and in between of that we have the condition A greater than B. If the condition is true, then the value of A will be assigned to max num, and if the condition is false, then the value of B will be assigned. So here it is true part, here it is false part, and in between of if else we have the condition. In the third example, we are taking input salary and we are checking the salary, and based on that we are deciding whether to charge 5% tax or 2.5% tax. So here the condition is in between over here, between if and else. Salary greater than 50,000. So if the salary is greater than 50,000, then 5 by 100 into salary, that means the 5% of the salary will be assigned as a tax, or if the condition is false, then it will assign 2.5 by 100 into salary, that is 2.5% of the salary. So again, the condition is written at the middle. We have if, we have else, before if we have the true part, and after else we have the false part, and we are printing the tag. Now we are talking about nested ternary operator. So basically more than one condition can be used. Okay, this can be a little bit complicated, so I will suggest you to watch it very carefully. So here the first example we are having, where we are taking input any number and we are checking if the number is positive, negative or 0. Understand it like this: result will be assigned positive if number greater than 0. If the first condition is false, then it will go to else. It will be assigned negative if the number is less than 0. Again, if the second condition is also false, then else 0 will be assigned. So there is the first true part, then the second part, and then the third part. Okay, so positive will be assigned if number greater than 0, else negative will be assigned if number less than 0, otherwise 0 will be assigned. So you print the result, it will either print positive or negative or 0. In the second example, we are taking input three numbers and then we are finding the largest or the greatest number, and if all three numbers are equal, then we are printing equal. So here written largest equal to A. So largest will be A if A greater than B and A greater than C. So if A is greater than both B and C, then directly A will be assigned. Else means otherwise B. Otherwise B will be assigned if B greater than A and B greater than C. Understood? And if C will be assigned, then when C will be assigned, C is greater than A and C is greater than B, then C will be assigned. And if all three are false, means neither A nor the B or the C, then directly equal will be assigned to the variable largest. Understood? So if you read the ternary operator in Python, no, it is understandable, but if you see it at a glance, then you will get confused. I suggest you read it always left to right, so you will understand it better. Let us see the third example. Here we are taking input a number and then we are checking if the number is even positive, odd positive, even negative or odd negative. Before I explain you this program, please note we have used here backslash, right? So backslash is used for line continuation. See these places I have used backslash. Whenever you are writing a ternary operator and the statement is going very long, so how you will write? So you can use the backslash and you can continue in the next line. So computer will not read the backslash because it is an escape sequence. It's a non-printing character. Okay. So that way you can frame the code in multiple lines, although it is a ternary operator supposed to be in one line, but it will work if you use the backslash. Okay. So what are we doing here? See, we are assigning even positive to the result variable if the number is greater than 0 and number is divisible by 2. So even positive means there are two things. The number has to be even, the number has to be positive. So if the number is greater than 0, it is positive, and if the number is divisible by 2, it is even. So even positive will be assigned to the variable result. Otherwise, else, odd positive will be assigned if the number is greater than 0 and number is not divisible by 2. So number is greater than 0 means positive, number is not divisible by 2 means it is odd. So odd positive will be assigned. Otherwise, even negative will be assigned if number is less than 0 means it is negative and number is divisible by 2 means it is even. So negative and even. So even negative will be assigned. Otherwise, odd negative will be assigned. So this way you can frame conditions using ternary operator. Now we will be seeing few programming questions. Okay, so this is the first program. Write a program to accept temperature in Celsius and print the weather status as per the given conditions. So we have 4 conditions: less than 20, that is cold; 20 to 29, that is pleasant; 30 to 36, that is warm; and greater than 36, that is hot. Okay, this is the weather status. So I'm writing the program over here, you can see. So I'm using T for temperature. Okay, so T equal to float, I will convert into float. That was the data type I was talking about. Then we are using input, so we will take input temperature. Okay, so enter temperature. Now, so we have to assign a message, right? So let's take the variable message. Message equal to, first message is what? Cold. So cold will be assigned if T, that is my temperature variable, less than 20. Else what is the second thing? Pleasant. So pleasant will be the message that will be assigned if temperature, that is T, greater than equal to 20 and T less than equal to 29. Understood? Let's change the line by giving backslash. Press enter, the cursor will shift to the next line. Otherwise, else, what will be assigned next? Warm. So write warm. Okay, warm will be assigned if the temperature will be greater than equal to 30 and the temperature will be less than equal to 36. Else, what is the last thing? Hot. So last condition we don't write, just like any other programming language, directly we can write. Okay, then we write print. Okay, indent backward and then write print the message. Okay, so we are taking input temperature, we are converting into float. So float data type we are deciding here, and then message will be cold if the temperature is below 20. Otherwise, message will be pleasant if the temperature is between 20 to 29. Otherwise, temperature will be warm, so warm message will be assigned. Otherwise, if it is 30 to 36, okay, then otherwise hot. Okay, so cold will be assigned if temperature less than 20. Pleasant will be assigned if temperature 20 to 29. Warm will be assigned if temperature is 30 to 36. Otherwise, the message hot will be assigned. Okay, this question is saying to accept any 3-digit number and check whether if all the digits are same or not. So first of all, 3-digit number or not, we have to check that also. User may enter a non-3-digit number also, no? And if all digits are same or not. We are assuming the number is positive. If we assume it is negative, it can be negative or positive, then we have to do mat.fabs and convert the number to positive. There was a math function for that, right? So let's assume the number is positive. So I'm taking the variable num. Okay, so num int So we'll take input. Here we are writing here enter number. Okay, so enter number. How do we break the digits? How do we extract the digits, separate the digits? Okay, so to get the first digit, I mean the last digit, to get the last digit we can simply write num mod 10. To get the second last digit, that is the middle digit, we can write num floor division 10 mod 10. To get the first digit, we can write num floor division 100 mod 10. Now if you have seen my video where I have explained how does mod slash floor division, all these operators work, then you know, but still I'm just giving an example. Suppose the number is 123. So here 123 mod 10 is going to give me the remainder, which is 3. So 3 is also the last digit. Then 123 floor division 10 will give me 12. Okay, normal division would have given me 12.3, but floor division will give me 12. Then 12 mod 10 will be 2, the remainder. That is my middle digit in the number. And 123 floor division 100. So 123 normal division 100 would have given me 1.23, but floor division will give me 1 instead of 1.23. Then 1 mod 10 will give me 1. So this way I am getting the last digit, middle digit and the first digit. Now all I need to do is write a ternary operator and the condition in that. Okay, so I'm just writing a variable check. So check equal to, what is the first thing? All digits same. Okay, so we will print all digits same if A equal to B and A equal to C. So this will compare all the three digits. Okay, if first digit is equal to the second one and the first digit is equal to the third one, that means it's all same digit. At the same time, we also have to check if the number is greater than equal to 100 and if the number is less than equal to 999, because that is the range of 3-digit numbers. So this all I have to check. Okay, these many conditions are there. A equal to B, A equal to C, and number is greater than equal to 100 and number is less than equal to 999. Then only I can conclude that all digits are same. Okay, now let's change the line. Else, otherwise we can say here not same. Digits are not same if number is greater than equal to 100 and number is less than equal to 999. What is the meaning of this? Meaning is, see, if all of these conditions are correct, means if number is between 100 to 999 and A equal to B and A equal to C, means all of these conditions are true, then it is for sure all digits are same. And obviously it is a 3-digit number because we are checking that also. But if the second part of the condition is correct, means if the number is between 100 to 999 but not the first set of condition, means A equal to B and A equal to C, we are not checking. That means not same. Digits are not same, but obviously it's a 3-digit number. Otherwise we can just print here invalid number. Okay, so the else part is denoting that the number is not a 3-digit number. And then we can print the value of check. I hope ternary operator is clear. Please mention in the comments if there are any queries or any specific question that you want me to solve. You can mention in the comments, then I will be preparing those questions for you. Okay, thank you everyone for watching. In the next video I will be explaining range function and also will be introducing loops.